When there's a problem with your roof, a question that's at the top of your mind is likely whether or not you're going to need a roof replacement or just a repair. But among many of the problems that appear in a roof system, there are a couple of them that will signal that it's time to replace your roof. And that's what we're talking about in this video. We're going over 8 common signs that it's going to be time to replace your roof. I'm Brandon Hafeli with Bill Reagan Roofing Company, and thank you for watching the Roofing Channel. Let's get started. Number 1, asphalt bruises. If a hailstorm has just recently blown through your area, then you may notice these small dark spots on your roof. These are called bruises, and that's roofing slang for spots where a hail impact has removed granules. Asphalt bruises are a telltale sign that your roof needs to be replaced because of that hailstorm. When this happens, you want to go through your insurance company to replace your roof. They should pay for it, or at least pay for some of it, as long as your roof is considered functional before the hailstorm. Number 2, dented metal. This is yet another sign of hail damage, and it has the same implications that your roof is compromised. However, the difference is, unlike with asphalt bruises, you can apply this method to just about any roof system. Now obviously, if you have a metal roof, then a hailstorm could leave dents, and that's a telltale sign of hail damage. But what we're talking about that's going to apply to every roof are 2 major components, and that's roof vents and roof flashing. Dented metals on top of your roof is not the only sign that you can have hail damage to your roof. There's also your gutters that can get dented, or even going on the ground, there's a grill or even a car that can get dented. Number 3, torn shingles. We're switching from one type of storm damage to another here, to wind. Now, luckily, when you have a torn shingle, it should be much more easy to notice than hail damage, because when a shingle gets torn off, it usually exposes a dark layer underneath. Now, sometimes your roof may suffer wind damage, but it doesn't quite tear the shingles off, and instead just wallows out some nails. In this case, during high winds, your shingles might start flapping around, and that again is a sign of wind damage. And like with hail damage, this can also be replaced under your insurance policy. Number 4, roof caving in. Now this is one of the more obvious and severe signs that your roof needs to be replaced. Before a roof completely collapses, it usually starts to cave in by starting to slowly bow in. It creates this very dramatic and noticeable effect, and usually when your roof starts to bow in, the shingles will contort with it. If you notice that your roof is beginning to sag, then this is a top priority issue to fix. A sagging roof that goes unaddressed will go from just bowing in to potentially collapsing. And when that happens, you have the already large bill of a roof replacement turning into a huge headache. Number 5, sliding shingles. Now here's an issue where most of the time it's caused by improper roof installation. When shingles aren't properly nailed, they could begin to, like the namesake suggests, slide down your roof. Now you may be wondering why something that could be fixed just by nailing the shingles back could warrant an entire roof replacement. Now sometimes it could just warrant a simple repair as long as it's just 1 or 2 sections of shingles. However, that's usually not the case. This problem usually occurs by one of 2 things. Either one of the crew members had a poor nailing technique, or more than likely, they had a miscalibrated air gun. Now when this happens, that means large swaths of your roof are going to be improperly nailed, not just 1 or 2 sections. So if you start to notice large swaths sliding down and not just 1 or 2 sections, or a lot of leaks, chances are you need a full roof replacement. Number 6, excessive granule loss. This one is less of a problem and more of a symptom. If your roof has lost so many granules to where you can clearly see the layer underneath the granules, then your roof is quite simply old. Now there is a chance that this is a manufacturer defect if it's happening too much and too soon. However, if you're just losing a lot of granules after the 20-year mark of your roof, then chances are it's simply your roof's end of lifespan. If the granule loss is not severe enough to be seen from the ground, then you can check around your splash blocks or just wherever your gutters are pouring out into and see if there are granules. If there are a lot of granules there, then at minimum, your roof is just starting to get old. Number 7, excessive vegetation. Vegetation on your roof is another one of those issues that start to happen when your roof gets up there in age. Now we're not talking about those black algae streaks. While they're inconvenient, they're just a cosmetic issue and they can be removed by professional cleaning. The real issues start to arise whenever you have the green stuff start to appear on your roof. That could be excessive moss or vines that appear on your roof and they start to spread. And they can even grow in cracks that are supposed to be sealed in your roof and begin to cause leaks. This tends to only happen in the more extreme cases of a roof getting old. This is because most shingles come with some form of resistance to plants that wears off over time. So that's when you start to see those black algae streaks and what we're talking about here start to appear. Chances are, if it can grow vegetation, it probably just needs to be replaced. Number 8, manufacturer defects. This one is a little bit different because manufacturer defects in of themselves could have their entire own video. The best way to figure out if your problems are manufacturer related is usually by process of elimination. If your problems are not caused by the other problems we've stated so far on this list, then chances are it could be manufacturer related. Some very common problems that happen because there's a manufacturer defect is your shingles cracking and curling. However, there are other things that can happen that are a little less common, such as your shingles blistering, or even like we alluded to before, they just simply lose too many granules too quickly. There you have it. Those are 8 signs that you can check for on your roof to see if it's time for it to be replaced. If you're still not comfortable and you don't know if your roof needs to be replaced, then you can hire a good, reputable roofing contractor to tell you whether or not it needs to be replaced. But be careful, because many contractors in the roofing industry will simply tell you whatever you want to hear that your roof needs to be replaced, and they get your business. So, to find that contractor who has your best interests in mind, you can click on the link below or at the end of this video to watch our video on how to hire a good, reputable roofing contractor. I'm Brandon Hafeli with Bill Reagan Roofing Company, and thank you again for watching the Roofing Channel. Remember to like and subscribe so we can educate more homeowners like yourself, and we'll see you next time.